Good morning.
Don't bounce on the table.
Don't bounce on the table.
You break the bench.
The board is kind of swinging in a little.
It does feel like it's gonna give.
Okay, so let's start this video.
Hang on, I want to take a picture of what we're looking at.
I don't know what we're doing.
Okay.
All right, so this is Therapy Hour, where it's part of our podcast series. Thought we would record this and see what's happening. I probably should have it so I can see the bars, but since I now have it on automatic, I don't know what the volume is. But let's forget all that. It's not really Therapy Hour. We're camping in the pandemic.
Finally, out of the four walls.
It is July. We finally decided to take the Airstream out for a ride and visit over the weekend. We're here in Belfast, Maine, at the Moorings Campground. It is the Shakedown Tour.
It's the 24th of July.
24th of July, and we forgot stuff.
Yeah, this wasn't a very good shakedown.
Yeah.
We had to stop for dishwashing soap. Although, then I discovered that Gary had this wonderful all-purpose cleaning soap that you can clean your body, clean your dishes, clean your laundry.
I thought it was just...
All stocked up in the RV.
I thought it was just for washing your body. I don't know about using it on dishes. You know, so we went with the typical dishwashing soap.
And we also forgot any type of cooking oil or something.
Cooking oil?
I brought all kinds of things to grill and nothing to grease the pan.
There was nothing. Well, we could have used butter.
We could have used
the
butter.
one stick of butter we had. Now, keep in mind, this was only a 2-day trip, so we didn't have to pack like we do for a 30-day trip. But clearly, this was not eventful for the RV. It's eventful that we don't remember what to bring.
I think that we're used to packing for a 30-day trip. So when we think of 2 days, I think we just were, well, I know I was just thinking that we only need a few things, but there's some essential things that we need.
One thing we did bring a lot of this time, and it's just a 2-day trip.
Alcohol?
We brought 3 different types of hard liquor, which we never do.
It's Kristen Hannigan's fault. She gave me a recipe.
Yep. So we were drinking these margaritas last night. I brought enough beer for like a huge party. I don't know why I brought beer for a huge party.
Well, there's a reason, because for the first time we're camping with friends. Our friends Dan and Jody are here. They're 2 campsites over. And so I think we had it in our mind that, you know, it's going to be fun. So sometimes that requires a little alcohol. but and I'm not really a drinker, but I have to say the cocktail recipe turned out really good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
If you want this secret, what would we call it?
Well, it's really a margarita.
It's a margarita, but it's for wimps that don't like tequila.
It's smooth.
That's what it is.
It's smooth.
It's a lady's tequila.
There you go.
What kind of tequila is it?
Milagro.
Do you think I can get sponsorship from Milagro?
Probably not.
To have,
Probably
you know,
not.
Maybe I should bring a bottle out. Actually,
we made it with lemonade instead of limeade, so it's not quite the same. But I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
It tasted fine.
It tasted okay. The other big thing that happened on this trip is I went crazy buying glass bottles. I didn't want tippy bottles. I didn't want tippy bottles to tip over.
Well, and 2, with the storage that's in the RV, we have, you know, limited storage, so we wanted to take smaller bottles.
Yeah, I did not want to take the bigger bottles, and so the first bottles I got were 64 ounce, and at home they looked way too big.
They look very tall.
And so I bought smaller ones, but they turned out to be like milk tops. They wouldn't seal tight, and okay, in an RV, if it tips over, you're in trouble. So I returned those. I went to Target and bought these like canning jars, and I hate to say it, the margarita, half of that's gone, so it's not big enough on many ounces that we should have taken. So we need bigger bottles if we're on a 30-day trip.
Right.
Even if we want to only do it on occasion. Now I know this.
Or we need more friends.
Well, and this isn't about driving and drinking. I just want to make this clear that usually in our 30 days, we only do a couple of nights in the 30 days of traveling, 2 nights in a row at any one place. So we're on the road almost every day. So it's not something that we would drink at night and then drive. We were really going for the sightseeing or the Oregon coast or the national parks like Yellowstone. So this is kind of a little different trip, and we called it a shakedown, but
it's really kind of in our own backyard too. We're just one state over, and
we still drove 300 miles.
Yeah.
We're almost to Arcadia National Park, which we did in September. And that's a nice trip. This is a nice spot right here on the ocean.
It's beautiful, actually.
Yeah, I'll put up a couple of pictures here so you can kind of see where we're at. But this is fun. We got beautiful weather. Now Maine probably has a shorter window than New Hampshire, even of warmer weather where we are, because we're so much further north. But this is perfect this year, and there's no doubt New England has been in a drought. Usually we get no more than 7 to 10 90-degree days. I think we've doubled that already in the first couple of months between June and July.
Now some would say that that's,
well, they're saying
related to global warming.
And some say it's the COVID, that people aren't traveling, or
right, that they're using their home, they're using their air conditioners consistently all day long, so the carbon emissions or whatever are.
We're also when we travel, it's usually in July, so it's extremely hot. We did put a brand new air conditioner on our unit last year from Advanced RV, and really we only got to test it once last year, and so this was being our shakedown, which is very late for a shakedown. Usually shakedown for us is in May. But the air conditioner is working great. We're kind of learning a little bit about it, but it's nowhere near as noisy as the one we had.
No, it's great. It's great, and it does keep a consistent temperature.
Now we do plan to have another bigger trip, but not probably 30 days in September, depending on what happens with COVID. We're probably heading to Colorado, so that should be fun. We're looking forward to it.
I have my fingers crossed that will happen. I don't know.
But I'm going to give...
Hard to tell.
This is Gary and Lana. I'm going to give Lana a big check off a week ahead. Finding things like the keys to the van, things like that. Just a few things that she doesn't know where they are. We're probably going to make a very different checklist for a longer trip.
But that's what these shakedowns are about, is figuring out what you've forgotten.
But every year we improve how we manage the space.
That's true.
This year we have really, I actually have a couple of cupboards that aren't even full. Now it's not that we didn't bring all of our stuff for like a 30-day trip, but there seems to be more room in certain areas than we had in the past, and I don't seem to be carrying things from the front to the back. Like, we're not bringing the big chair cushions we used to bring that were total hassles.
Yeah.
And so every year it is an improvement on how the van operates. And if you don't know, we have a Airstream Interstate, and it's a twin bed version, and we like that.
Yeah, we love that.
It has great mattresses, and just as long as I can get the thing level, she'd like it a little bit better than having to level the bed inside the van. That is a choice. You can kind of change the bed position by putting stuff under the mattress.
And that's what I did last night.
So
Stuffed a quilt under one side so I wouldn't roll out of it.
that's being a little bit lazy, but it also is, I asked her to check the levels. She said, oh, we're perfect when we parked. We weren't perfect.
We were perfect one way.
One
We weren't
level.
perfect the other way.
All right. Well, that's a little update. Anything else to say?
Not really. Enjoy your day.
Yeah. Watch our other videos.
Like and subscribe.